A unique form of therapy is gaining traction in the medical community as a treatment option for people suffering from PTSD and other mental health disorders. It's called Accelerated Resolution Therapy, or ART, and it's different from more traditional therapy. Unlike cognitive behavioral therapy, which is based in verbal communication between the therapist and patient, ART is different. Its defining characteristic is the use of eye movements that relax the brain while imitating what happens during REM sleep. Then, trained therapists use a script that prompts patients to visualize memories that trigger them and bring them anxiety and stress. While the brain is relaxed, the therapist helps the patient retrain their body to have a different, more relaxed physical response to those traumatic memories. Therapists can also use ART to help patients replace and recreate their traumatic memories. Various medical studies and research found it to be successful in significantly reducing the symptoms of PTSD and anxiety.
The brain is two components. We do have those two components. We have the emotional brain, which is the one that doesn't understand time and it reacts emotionally to things. That's what gets triggered. And once the trigger is hit, the thinking brain is kind of offline at that point. And so what we're able to do is, in a controlled, safe environment, address those issues. The eye movements desensitize the amygdala so you can actually process those things rationally.
Our Nikki Griswold spoke to one woman who says that ART has been a key part of helping treat her PTSD and anxiety from an abusive relationship.
For Maegan Gore, ending an emotionally abusive relationship did not fix everything.
It caused me and my son a very exhausting, very depleting couple of years emotionally, mentally. We moved 7 times in 2 years, just, to maintain safety.
Even after she left him, his impact remained.
People don't realize how much that particular trauma impacts their life until they've processed through it, and how it impacts future relationships.
It affects me as a mother. As a mom, I've fought so hard for so long, and I still fight to protect my son and take care of my son. And so it hurts me to know that he's the one who catches so much of the impact of the very trauma that I fought so hard to take us out of.
In 2017, Maegan took another big step.
My son's also 6 years old, and he is 100% reliant on me. And so if I can't take care of myself, then I can't take care of him. And it takes a really high level of humility to be able to admit that you need to get help to work through things that you aren't equipped to work through yourself.
After 3 years of traditional therapy, she decided to try Accelerated Resolution Therapy, or ART. By deliberately mimicking the way the eyes move during REM sleep, therapists help their patients process trauma.
I have them imagine it as a scene, and so they don't have to verbally relive it that way. They can relive it while we're doing the eye movements where it's calm, so I don't need to know what's going on. I just know that I've stepped them through the process, and then by the end of it, every single one of them has felt relief.
In just her first session of ART, Maegan had a breakthrough.
There was a very clear moment for me that I realized we can do the therapy for the rest of the day, and we won't be able to cut those ties no matter what we use, because ultimately my son is always going to have some connection to his dad. He's in his DNA. And so that hit me really hard and unexpectedly, because I had to, kind of process through that and accept the situation for being what it is.
It was a turning point that gave her hope.
I was relieved. I was relieved that, over the course of multiple sessions and time, it has the capacity to really changed my life.
Maegan says that's when she began to realize her own strength.
You're struggling to keep your head above water and you don't feel like you're ever going to make it back to shore. But he said, I promise you will. And when you do, your story is going to help somebody else.
Red box right now.
Nikki Griswold, Spectrum News.